Club because all the staff are amazing, and we get to play fun games.
My favorite thing about working at the Boys and Girls Club is all my little best friends.
I love Boys and Girls Club because it's an opportunity for kids to have a good future.
On the hardest days and longest days, we find some way to keep it upbeat and exciting and just in such a loving, fun environment. And I love being around the kids and my coworkers.
I love Boys and Girls Club because I get to hang out with the staffs and my friends and it's fun.
I completed my service learning at the Boys and Girls Club Stolnaker unit. The Boys and Girls Clubs in Springfield provide countless benefits for our community. It is a place for children to go after school whose parents work full-time. Their mission is to enable young people, especially those who need them the most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. 97% of club teens expect to graduate from high school, and 88% expect to complete some kind of post-secondary education. At the Stolnaker unit, there were children of all ages. Because I was with the same 8 and 9-year-old children throughout the process, I developed close relationships with them. While there are many aspects of the after-school program, I spent my time in the room that was focused on the arts. I engaged in several artistic projects with the club members, typically in the form of visual arts. For example, we used a variety of mediums, including watercolor, colored pencils, and oil pastels. I noticed how the club valued the arts within their program. The staff created lessons that encouraged both the girls and boys to explore their creativity. After getting to know many of the club members on a personal level, a few opened up to me about their home lives, and some even expressed emotional distress. Many of the children at the Boys and Girls Club live in low-income households. Because of this, I dedicated a portion of my research to understanding the impact arts education has on children with similar experiences. Although I developed strong connections with many of the children at the Boys and Girls Club, I did meet one girl in particular who opened up to me about her mental health issues. She is 8 years old. I distinctly remember the day I was spending time with about 5 children and playing ping pong. It was a mix of girls and boys who all spent most every day after school together. 4 of the children got mad at the young girl because she wasn't taking the game as seriously. They told her she couldn't play anymore. She was devastated. She came and sat by me and put her head on her knees. I remember her looking up and asking me if they were talking about her. She then said she feels like they are making fun of her, and all she wanted to do was play with them. She said, "Miss Carson, you probably don't know this, but I have really bad anxiety." I asked her if she was okay, and if she needed anything. She said, "No, can you just sit with me? I just need to breathe." So I sat with her for the next few minutes until she felt better, and eventually the other kids let her play again. I've seen many students my age struggle with mental health, myself included, but I had never seen an 8-year-old so comfortable to be open and honest about it. She inspired this portion of my painting. She was one of the first children I met on my very first day. She told me she wanted to teach me about all of the anime characters, so I spent the next 30 minutes listening to her and being quizzed on who was who, even though I was so confused. She drew each and every one on a sheet of paper for me to study. In this painting, I wanted to create a version of her, the version that is not seen by the naked eye, the version I saw the day she told me about her anxiety. I used darker tones to express how children struggling with mental health issues can feel on a daily basis, depicting words such as anxious, scared, stressed, angry, nervous, triggered, and one that has taken a toll on many girls, ugly. I also wrote sentences around her that are similar to what she said to me that day, such as, "Are they talking about me?" and "No one likes me." My hope was that I had made her feel comfortable enough to open up to me about these feelings, and provided her with an outlet when she drew characters for me. The second portion of my painting is meant to depict a young boy who is from a low-income family. I met several boys during my service learning and noticed that there was a common trait amongst many of them. When they were in big groups, they wanted to stir up trouble and get all the attention they could. It was much more difficult to get them to focus on artistic projects. One day, I was talking to a young boy who told me about his family. He was explaining how his parents were only in their early 20s and how he had several siblings. Many days he would come to the club and immediately want a snack or ask to go to dinner. He often caused a lot of commotion with the staff and was not always willing to listen. I remember a day in particular we were all drawing, and he decided to use his pencil to color his entire paper in lead. He then rubbed his fingers all over the paper and was chasing me around the room, trying to cover me in pencil lead. After running around attempting to avoid him turning my shirt gray, I finally got him to sit down. We talked, and I explained how no one wanted lead all over their body. Many of the girls had been drawing flowers that day, and I figured that wasn't his first choice of drawing subject. We looked up pictures of dragons on my phone, and his eyes lit up, and he said, "That is the one that I want to draw." In this painting, I once again incorporated darker tones to express how children in low-income families feel. I included words such as scared, hungry, dirty, embarrassed, and sentences such as "Why don't I have nice clothes?" and "Why is my family different?" While my connection to this young boy was not as strong as the young girl, I felt that both of their struggles were equally important. Both exhibited happier emotions and better behavior as a result of an artistic outlet. Students with mental health issues can benefit considerably from arts education. According to the Art Therapy Association, artistic expression can decrease anxiety and feelings of depression. With a positive correlation between decreased symptoms of mental health issues in art, educators are now advocating for the art as therapy approach. This could include a variety of methods, such as art breaks throughout the day. Art breaks consist of actively scheduling opportunities within a school day for students to engage in artistic activities free of constricted guidelines. Correspondingly, children living in low-income households are at a greater risk of experiencing mental health issues and exhibiting little impetus towards achievement in school. The Child and Adolescent Mental Health Survey in 2004 found that children living in the lowest family income bracket are 3 times more likely to experience mental health issues than those in the highest income bracket. Whether it is the result of mental health issues or simply just extreme stress, their academic achievement often suffers. Research suggests that arts education could be an effective solution in helping the students succeed by reducing levels of stress. After observing the children at the Boys and Girls Club and comparing and contrasting students with both struggles, I saw firsthand the positive effects of the inclusion of the arts. Arts education is greatly beneficial to not only the average student, but especially those struggling due to mental health issues or poor economic conditions. I then determined the relevance of this, as it increases the engagement of these students, causing them to have greater success later on in life. In this last portion of my painting, I wanted to depict both the young girl and boy I previously painted. However, this painting is meant to show all of the positive impacts the arts have on students. I wanted it to be extremely colorful where they are embracing in the middle of the painting. I also wanted to represent many of the different forms of art: ballet shoes for dance, a palette and brushes for visual arts, music notes for music, and masks as well as a microphone for theater. I then wrote several words on the painting. These words are not only some of the great things students receive through the arts, but they are the things I experienced through visual arts: comfort, stability, happiness, expression, motivation, strength, and outlets. Lastly, I splattered different watercolors all over the painting. Not only did this bring me great joy, but I wanted to show that the arts are by no means a method for perfection. Visual arts have played an important role in the person I am today, and through my Gamma, I hope to inform others on how any form of art can be just as important to the students around you, whether they are struggling or simply just wanting to explore something new.